My name is Carolyn, and I talk to the spirit world. Travel with me to a dimension filled with love, light, and joyful surprises. Welcome to Carolyn's Psychic Playroom.
Hi, everybody. Carolyn Wilkins here. Delighted to welcome you to another episode of Carolyn's Psychic Playroom. This is the October 2022 episode, and I'm so thrilled to have you here with me. I don't know about where you are, but here in the New England area, the leaves have begun to change, and there's a definite chill of fall in the air. The seasons are well on their way to shifting, and it feels to me that as spiritual people, we also need to make sure that we are remaining adaptable and flexible with the energy that is available to us, because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I hang on to summer. Oh, if it could just stay warm a little longer. Oh, if I could just spend some more days at the beach, and fall. But no, we the fall is coming whether we like it or not, and so the key thing is to be flexible and adaptable to the changes as they come. And that means also not only emotionally but physically, right? To allow your body to get used to the colder temperatures and just the whole kind of thing that your body needs to undergo in order to maintain itself. So, flexibility is going to be key. And in this program, I'm going to talk a little bit more about flexibility. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the tarot for you to help you align yourself with the highest and best energy of the fall so that you can get the best out of this October 2022. And then I'm going to go into a trance state and I am going to channel some music for you. And after that, I'm going to talk to you about a very special event that I have going on at the end of the month. You know, October, we're also entering into what I like to call the ancestral season. This is the season where we begin to really feel that connection with our departed ones in spirit, with the guides and with the helpers. Of course, there's Halloween at the end of the month and All Souls Day. All these kind of days, Day of the Dead, all these kind of days are days that are reminding us that this season, as the nights grow longer, we're much more in alignment with the energy of spirit. This is an excellent time during the month of October to set up an ancestor altar if you don't have one already. And by that I mean something very simple. I have mine kind of over here. You can see a little bit. You just need to have maybe a few pictures of your departed loved ones, a glass of clear water, a white candle, and maybe a few mementos that are special to you. I have on my altar this very special statue that is a representation of Margaret Burroughs Augusta Savage. Augusta Savage, who is a famous black sculptor. She made this piece in 1939 for the World's Fair. Obviously, this is not the original piece. This is a replica that my grandmother got when she visited the World's Fair in 1940, and it has been remained in our family ever since because it's so precious. Can you see there? Lift every voice and sing. It's beautiful. And so that is on my ancestor altar to remind me of my connection to my grandmother and to those wonderful departed spirits who inspire me. Behind me here, I have the banner of my great aunt Marjorie, J. Marjorie Jackson, who had a music school in Brooklyn and who has been a huge inspiration for me as well. And so I encourage you in the month of October, which is the ancestral season of connecting with our departed loved ones, to think about creating a little altar. It doesn't need to be fancy, just some pictures, a glass of clear water, a white candle. And these are things that will help you if you want to communicate with them, to feel closer to them, to feel their guidance and their warmth and their love. You can sit down in front of your altar and light your candle and just have a conversation. Tell them what's going on with you today, what's happening in your world, asking for their help, guidance, and support. And believe me, they will come through. I will talk more about this in subsequent episodes, but as many of you guys know, I am a psychic medium and I do talk to spirit often. And I can't tell you how many times they have come through. Some little idea has dropped into my mind that has really saved my bacon on a particular situation. So think about building your ancestor altar during this beautiful October month of spiritual connection with the other side. So I'm going to go ahead now and ask that Spirit talk to us through these cards. These are beautiful cards. These are called the Activation Oracle. There are 44 energies in this, representing 44 cards that represent, 44 energies. This deck was created by Kyle Gray. And I'm just going to ask that my guides come through and show me, guide me to pull the card that will be most helpful for you guys and for all of us in this month of October. What is the energy that we most need to connect with this month? What do we most need to know? I've already spoken about the ancestral season. What do we most need to know? And what is coming through here? Healing. Can you see that? First of all, it's a gorgeous card. This is Star Being Healing Codes, and we are receiving important information this month. Wounds are being healed, and we are recharging. So how beautiful. This is a very important time. As you know, sometimes in the fall, you've got kids going back to school, you've got routines ramping up, and sometimes we forget that also as the light gets less and less during the day, we need to also make sure that we are recharging and resting. Back in the day, our ancient ancestors would probably retreat into their caves and just chill out. During the winter months, they didn't do a lot. This is a time to pull in and begin to recharge, and it's a time for healing. And this to me also speaks to that whole concept of connecting with your ancestors, building your ancestor shrine, and allowing that beautiful connection between us and those who have gone before. Really allow yourself to steep in that connection and to allow that to heal you. So, with all of that in mind, healing codes and a chance to recharge and rest, I'm going to go into a little bit of a trance state, and I'm going to allow my guides and spiritual support team to play some music. And this is music that's not any preconceived song or thing. This is kind of fully improvised, channeled music, channeled from my guides. And so the best way to receive it is just to sit back and get quiet and just allow it to pour over you. Music of healing and receiving the information that you need to receive from your departed loved ones. So I hope you felt that energy, the energy of the star being healing codes. And this is the energy of healing, a chance to rest, to recharge, and to connect with our departed loved ones. Very, very important. So I also want, during this episode, I try to offer you helpful information and hopefully stuff that will inspire you. So I have an event coming up later this month that you are all invited to attend. It's called Spirit Talks, and I'm going to be doing it with another medium named Laura West. And I thought it might be fun for a few minutes during the program to share an excerpt from an interview that I did with Laura a few years ago on the psychic program, just so you can get a sense of Laura, what she's about, what she does. So I'm going to be connecting with Spirit as I always do during this event, which is on the 29th of October. It's at 7 p.m. If you're interested in finding out the details, you can go to my website, www.carolynwilkins.com, and find out all about how you can attend. It's on Zoom. And as I say, I'm going to be doing this in conjunction with my friend Laura West. And Laura is an amazing person. I want to share a little bit of an interview that I did with her because she has fabulous energy. She's also a psychic medium, but she's also a Reiki healer, and she's also an herbalist. And so this particular interview that I did with her was about Laura's herbal work. And so if you're interested in that, you can Google her, Laura West, at Divine Lotus Healing. But the main thing that I'd love for you to take from this interview is how amazing she is, how awesome she is, and imagine yourself in an intimate small group on Zoom where you can hear from your departed loved ones, where you can receive messages of love and inspiration and music and channeled. Laura channels guides and wisdom from the Akashic records. You can experience all of that when you come to our event on the 29th of October. So here's a short excerpt from my interview with Laura where she talks a little bit about herself and about her herbal work. I think you'll love it. Check this out.
Laura is just an amazing person. I feel blessed to have met her. And I'm going to try to give you some more information about her. Really quickly, Laura is an educator. She is a Reiki healer. She's a psychic medium, and she's also an herbalist. And today I'm going to talk with Laura about her herbs and what she does, because I know you guys will be interested. So Laura, tell us just really a little bit about how did you get interested in herbalism and the work you now do with essential oils?
Yeah, okay, great. Well, first, thank you for having me on the show. I'm super excited to be here with you. And this is my first TV show, actually. I'm really stoked. So thank you. It's quite an honor for me to be a guest on your show. I have been into natural medicine and wellness care for my own personal development and health my entire life. And then in 2012, I had a child. I have a little boy, and I decided that I wanted to be proactive with my family's wellness care. So I sought out classes to take online through a school called the Herbal Academy. Back then, they were called the Herbal Academy of New England. They've changed their name since then. They're just now the Herbal Academy. And I started taking classes through them for my family's personal wellness care so that I could treat my family proactively. Instead of getting sick and going to our doctor and getting prescriptions, I wanted to be able to maintain our wellness and treat ourselves with natural elements from the earth that have been around for thousands of years. And then, of course, that just blossomed naturally, and it dovetailed so nicely with my business. My clients all started saying, what do I do for this? What do I do for that? How are you handling this? How are you handling that? And I share liberally the success stories of my personal family with my clients, and they all want to replicate that.
Oh, that is fabulous. Well, that leads right to my next question, which is, what exactly are essential oils? I'm pretty ignorant in this area, so just tell, for the beginner who knows from nothing, explain what those are and how those are different maybe than the oils you might buy, aromatic oils on the street, like from an incense guy or whatever.
Sure. Yep. Okay. So essential oils are basically the volatile aromatic compound part of the plant. And I know the word volatile sounds a little scary, but all it means is tiny, tiny little oil sacs. They're almost invisible to the naked eye, and you would have to look at them with a microscope. And that's the part that has all the oil in it that produces all the potent stuff for us to use for our healthcare.
Beautiful. Wow. And so I assume that there are different oils that are good to use for different things. And without going into super depth on anything, but just maybe what are some common things that the average person might want to think about using essential oils for?
This is a great question. So I thought that it was only related to my physical health care when I first started down the road of herbalism study and using herbs and essential oils and tinctures and teas to support my family's immune system. But I have since branched out and now understand that oils can be used for a wide variety of things. They can be used to support our emotional health, our mental health, our physical health. And in some cases, we can use, depending on the quality of the oil, we can use them topically or aromatically, like in my diffuser behind me, or internally in some cases.
Wow. So you mean to say that you can actually take it like as a tea or a broth or a something like that?
Well, so in the world of herbs, essential oils are the most potent form of ingesting the herbal medicine or the herbal support you're using because and one drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea.
No.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? The tea is diluted, and if you make a tincture, it's diluted. So the essential oils are the most concentrated form of support. That's why that's what I use in my business now with all my clients. I've cut right to the chase.
That is fantastic. Now, headed a little bit toward your business, I know that there are a lot of different brands that sell these things. And for those of us, once again, I'm asking for the novice, which I definitely consider myself in that category, but I know that they sell things like this, for example, at Whole Foods, and many health food places sell them. And there are also lots of different brands. So can you tell a little bit about these? And they vary widely in price. There are some that are really cheap. Now, me being a naturally cheap person, why would I not just buy the cheapest one? Now, you use the doTERRA, is that correct?
I do, yes.
So just without going into a whole commercial, but what is it that you would say would separate that from, for example, what would be in the Whole Foods that I would buy?
I love this question. This comes up all the time with my clients. And I used to be a guilty shopper at the end caps of those discount shopping store, fashion store, supply houses where I would go, oh, that's $5.99. I'm going to pick up that. But the FDA doesn't regulate natural medicine. So there's no compliance. People can put on their labels, on their bottles, 100% pure oil. And that's actually true, but maybe this much of the oil is 100% pure. And the rest of the bottle's filled with shelf chemicals, stabilizers, perfumes, dyes, and the like. So my company that I chose to go with is 100% pure oil. It's vetted. They do third-party testing. It's so potent and high-powered that you really have to know what you're doing. So I provide people with continuing ed, because 1 drop of peppermint oil is all you need to help support clear breathing in your airways, right? You don't need 16 drops. That's actually harmful to people. So we do a lot of education around it. But I didn't know before I took my herbalism classes. I used to be the guilty shopper, like, oh, it's only $5. Sure, I'll get that one.
Okay, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed that interview, and I hope that it got you excited about Laura. As I said, Laura and I are going to be doing an event the 29th of October. We would love for you to join us. All the details about how you can join this event are available on my website, www.carolynwilkins.com. In the meantime, please keep in mind our wonderful card for the month of October, Stargate Healing. Think about, as we discussed earlier, building an ancestor altar for yourself and using this time when the veil is thin to make an even deeper connection with your departed loved ones in spirit, with your guides, and with that whole spirit world. In the meantime, this is Carolyn Wilkins. I'm going to sign off for now, and I look forward to checking in with you again for another episode in November. Bye for now.
Thoughts are things with the energy to make life better for you and for me. Touch the light.